This is the 997 generation of the 911 Porsche Turbo Cabriolet, and based on my experience, it's quite fast. One of its main attributes is its engine. It has a 3.8 liter straight-six twin turbocharged engine that produces roughly 500 horsepower at 6,300 RPM. Now it's obviously a high-tech engine, with features such as a one-piece crankcase and high-pressure fuel injection, but the variable geometry turbos definitely play a significant role in all that power. Now, without going into too much engineering detail, the main goal of those turbos is to make sure the optimum aspect ratio is achieved at all times, resulting in minimal lag and a very low boost threshold. And it comes as no surprise that 475 pound-feet of torque is generated at a low end 2100 RPM. Now, the highlight of the car was definitely the ride experience that it employs. All the power that the engine produces is routed to an all-wheel drive system that uses Porsche's traction and stability management, which essentially distributes torque to all four wheels in whatever way to achieve optimum handling, stability, and traction. The 7-speed dual-clutch PDK transmission does an overall phenomenal job. Shifts are instantaneous, and it also contributes towards pretty good fuel economy for a sports car. The car's curb weight is also roughly 3,400 pounds, which is somewhat lightweight by today's standards. Its brakes also add to its confidence-inspiring ride. With 13.8-inch vented drilled carbon ceramic disc brakes containing 6-piston calipers in the front and 4-piston calipers in the back, it achieves an amazing 60-0 distance of 99 feet. While being an amazing performance car, I also found the interior quite comforting but definitely catered to a sporty drive. Looking inside, you can definitely tell the high quality materials Porsche uses, with its soft leather, carbon fiber and metal accents, and buttons in the cabin that feel great to the touch. If you're thinking of daily driving it definitely isn't as comfortable as a Lexus, but its powertrain offers driver selectability to give a pretty smooth ride for a sports car. And it also achieves fairly good fuel economy at 17 miles per gallon in the city and 25 on the highway, thanks to that 7-speed PDK transmission. In my opinion, the exterior of the car is great. I love the sportback design and the sloping front of the car. It's a great and simple look that Porsche has been using on their 911s, with each generation a modern derivative of the last one. While the car handles corners exceptionally well, it definitely proves to be a great canyon carver. It performs amazingly in a straight line. With launch control, you can achieve 0 to 60 in the mid-3s. Oh, and it sounds amazing.
First, let's go over the engine. What type of engine is it exactly?
It's a 3.8 liter twin turbo. It produces 500 horsepower.
Wow.
475 foot-pounds of torque. And I guess this, the 0 to 60, 0 to 100 kilometers an hour, is, I believe, is about 3.2 seconds.
Okay,
And,
wow, that's very fast.
It's crazy fast.
Yeah. In terms of the transmission, I've noticed you got the Porsche PDK.
Yes.
So, like, in terms of city driving, is it kind of uncomfortable to use? How is it?
It's actually really comfortable. First of all, this car didn't have an option for a standard, and I know for sure that I probably would have bought a standard.
Oh, okay.
But based on everything that I read, you can't shift standards.
No, there's no way a human can shift as fast as a PDK.
Yes, I think a lot of reasons why people, for convenience driving the city, yes, it's wonderful. If you want that sport car feel, sure, the standard's really nice, but being that I was lucky enough to get a 911 Turbo, it came standard with a PDK, I didn't have much of a choice, and I love it. I can't complain. Complain. So
No, yeah, we were driving before on city roads, and when we came to a stop sign, for instance, you didn't hear, I mean, you didn't feel any jittering and whatnot. It was just very compliant. It came to a stop. There was no juddering like you'd get in a manual, for instance. Yeah.
It's always in the next gear. It kind of predicts what your next move is. Just feels so cool.
I mean, for instance, I know it also has sport paddles as well. Do you use those, or?
Just for fun.
Just for fun, yeah. Compensate for a manual.
Yeah, just for fun sometimes. Occasionally I try to do the manual shifting as well, because I can put in a manual shift mode and keep the revs higher, but I mean, I can put in Sport Plus mode where it maximizes each rev as well.
Nice.
So it'll stay in that gear right up to red line, until the red lines, and it switches to the next gear.
Yeah.
It just stays in gear, right? It's in second.
No, it's a very smart transmission, that's for sure. It really knows how to map the throttle out.
We're back into sport mode. I think it was Sport Plus mode.
Now, in terms of like luxury amenities, like for instance, does it have like a rear view camera? Does it have a nice radio system, etc.?
No, this is a 2013.
So we just went around a pretty tight corner, and I have to say the chassis is so stiff. It just keeps you nice and compliant. We're going quite fast. I'm not going to say on camera obviously how fast we're going, but I mean, it's just amazing what the engineers at Porsche are doing. Yeah. So we're coming up to a road right now, and it's got a lot of tight turns, a lot of S turns, etc. And it's going to be really good to see how this Porsche is going to go through those. Tires you're running on this car? Or?
Oh, I can't remember right now.
Okay.
But they are 19-inch tires, so.
Okay.
Just purely for aesthetics, I wish they were 20s.
Yeah. So do you daily drive this, or is it kind of more of a weekend car?
No, for me it's definitely more of a weekend car. So.
Oh, okay.
I'd love to, but no.
I gotta say, the car is just completely flat. You don't feel any body roll around that corner, and it just sounds amazing, I gotta say. Now, what type of transmission is it again? Is it a 7-speed auto?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they're 7-speed.
Okay. So a 7-speed dual clutch, and in terms of the transmission itself, does it, when you're, let's say in city mode, does it like to stay at a higher gear to compensate for fuel economy, or?
Yeah. So driving it in sport mode right now.
Yeah.
It only will shift up to. Right now, it will actually only shift to the 6th gear at most.
Okay.
It'll shift to 7th gear only in non-sport mode, right?
Okay.
So it'll shift to 7th gear for the purpose of fuel economy.
Nice.
But to be honest with you, when you drive a car like this,
That's fuel economy is just a number, nothing else.
The least that you're concerned.
Yeah.
So,
now I've noticed it's also got this cool little gauge at the center of the console here. What is that again?
it's basically a stopwatch.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's a Porsche iconic type thing where they put it into most of the Porsches.
Okay. Have you done any modifications to the car at all?
None whatsoever.
Yeah, it's perfectly fine the way it is.
Hard to mess around with perfection, eh?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of things that can be done to it, but we are already driving a 500 horsepower car.
No, I mean, I think 500 horsepower is plenty.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
So, and if you know, my biggest concern is like if I mess around with it, how does it affect, you know, warranties? How does it affect? I just don't want to mess around with it.
Of course, yeah.
There's a lot of things you can do with it. You can chip it. You can do suspension work. You can do.
Oh yeah, and that turbo, it just gives you so much to play with.
Yeah.
The seats in this car, the bolstering isn't super big to the point where you just can't fit in the seat, but at the same time it's there enough so you don't slip out of a corner. So I really like what Porsche did there in the interior. Do you like using the Porsche infotainment system? I mean, I know when you drive a car like this, it's not about that. It's more about the driving experience. But you know, just like if you're, let's say you're in traffic and you want to use the nav.
Oh, no, I do. I don't use the nav too much because you know, obviously I'm not, I know the city relatively well.
Yeah.
But I do. I like it. It's not bad. The few times that I've played around with it, it's mostly for the music, and the sound system in here is amazing. So
yeah.
standard in this vehicle.
Okay.
Being that it's 2013 though, there's a few little things that I wish it had.
Yeah.
Like Bluetooth input. It's got Bluetooth.
Yeah.
But it won't allow me to play music from my phone too. So, you know, a few things that are already outdated, but I don't think you buy it for...
No, yeah, obviously this is a sports car, right?
Yeah,
you wanna get that driving experience. Yeah, I really love how this car downshifts. You know, that PDK, there's just no fuss. It's just does it instantaneously and you're gone.